Don't go down.
All right.
Okay.
Now the floor is yours.
So how many of you guys have a cat or a dog at home? A lot of you. Does anyone have a pet other than a cat or a dog? No birds or lizards? A turtle? Okay, that counts as something other than a cat or a dog. So my parents are both veterinarians, which some of you might know, and I was raised alongside a lot of animals, including this one right here. This is Prince. He got his cute little pink collar with diamonds on it. He is a boy. So I was raised alongside a lot of animals. I think we had about 5 cats at the peak time and 3 dogs. We also raised and sold puppies and kittens to make some money, and that was a really great experience. So I grew up wanting an animal of my own, and I was impartial. I would have taken a dog or a cat. I'm happy that I ended up with Prince. And ending up with Prince was a little bit of, don't jump, please.
He doesn't have to stay
Okay.
up there. He obviously wants to walk around.
So ending up with Prince was a little bit of an accident, you could say, because it was April of 2018 whenever a client came through my mom's vet clinic doors with a super sick kitten. This client was a ragdoll cat breeder, and this kitten had a hernia on its stomach that got rid of, like, his chest, like his midsection hadn't developed all of the way. His ribs weren't fully connected. There was something wrong with his diaphragm, and you could feel his heart just by putting your hand on his skin. So once the owner heard the cost of the surgery and the likelihood of surviving, they wanted to put it down. But my mom didn't want to do that. So she asked the owner if it would be okay to release or relinquish the rights to the cat to my mom, so that way she could take full financial responsibility and try to save this 6-week-old kitten's life from something that it didn't deserve. And my mom, being the genius that she is, did this surgery successfully that she'd never done before, and we got to keep my best friend. So whenever he was recovering from the surgery, you got to see just how skinny he was. He had this blue bandage wrapped around his stomach that was, so he was about this big in fluff, but with the bandage he was like this big. So he was skin and bone, but he made it, and he's super strong now. My brother assisted on the surgery, and he was attending Rockhurst at the time for college. So he decided to take Prince with him to Rockhurst. But the place where he was staying would not allow animals, so he left him with his girlfriend at the time, but they didn't really end up working out. So around 3 months after they split, we got Prince back at our house. Whenever he came back, he was super mean. He hated everybody. You couldn't get within 20 feet of him without him hissing and crying and growling. But I didn't want to give up. Like, my mom didn't want to give up on him. So every day for about a month or 2, I spent an hour and a half going into the room that we had him in, trying to socialize him and make him more friendly and not hate people as much. And one time I apparently got too close, and he let me know that, because I walked out of the room with a giant scratch going all the way down my forearm that was dripping blood. My mom was freaking out for obvious reasons, but I couldn't stop smiling because that's the closest that anyone had gotten to him in the entire time that he had been there. He used to have a lot of really big mats on his back, which are like, his hair was like clumped up. So we had to shave him, but he was still mean and wouldn't let anyone shave him, so we had to sedate him in order to shave him. One time in the summer, after sedating and shaving him, he was a little bit loopy because the thing about sedating animals and using anesthesia is that dogs can recover typically very fast, while cats, on the other hand, take a couple days maybe. So he was high. he didn't know what was going on. His eyes were the size of saucers, and I just wanted to play with him because he looked so cute. And I walk downstairs to where he is. I take him out of his kennel, and I pick him up, and I put him on my shoulder like this, and he bites me. He bites as hard as he can into my shoulder. I had to take antibiotics, and I definitely learned my lesson from that. I still pick him up though, because he's just so cute. And yeah, another time we had like one of those glue traps that would like catch flies on one of our shelves, and I guess it fell over or something. And Prince walked onto it by accident, and he got it caught in his fur. He was freaking out. He started chasing my sister around the house, which was the funniest thing I think I've ever seen. She tried to jump up onto our like table to get away from him, but he was just going crazy because he thought that she was the one that was doing it. Eventually, I managed to calm him down, and we had to spend a lot of time shaving him and cleaning him up because I don't know, it wasn't his fault. I would say it's my sister's fault, and she got what she deserved. Yeah. So this is my cat Prince. I want to be a veterinarian whenever I grow up, just like my parents, and I want to save animals like they do, so that way another kid can have a prince like I do.